I am writing this because it happened the way it happened, and because I am still living inside the consequences of it. I am a man in my mid-50s. I have worked steadily since I was 19. I spent most of my adult life married, then divorced, and after that alone. By the time this story begins, I had been living by myself for almost 8 years. I owned my house outright. I had no debt except utilities and taxes. I had a retirement account through my employer, a separate IRA, a checking account for bills, a savings account that I rarely touched, and a small money market account that I used as an emergency buffer. I tracked every dollar. I paid bills on the first of the month. I balanced my accounts twice a month. I kept paper statements in a filing cabinet in the spare bedroom, sorted by year. My days were quiet and predictable. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. without an alarm. I made coffee the same way every morning. I ate the same breakfast most weekdays. I left for work at 6:45, took the same route, parked in the same spot. I worked until 4 p.m., sometimes 4:30 if things were busy. I came home, checked the mail, changed clothes, made dinner, or reheated something I'd cooked on Sunday. I watched the evening news, then whatever was on after. I went to bed between 9:30 and 10. On weekends I cleaned, did laundry, mowed the lawn, grocery shopped Saturday mornings, and did paperwork Sunday afternoon. I did not feel lonely. I felt contained. I knew where everything was. I knew how much money I had and where it was. I did not have to ask anyone for permission or explanation. I was not particularly happy, but I was not unhappy. I believed that stability was an achievement, not a consolation prize. I met her at work, though not directly. She worked for a vendor that came into the building twice a week. She was not young, not especially attractive, not dramatic. She was in her early 40s, divorced, one grown daughter who lived out of state. We spoke occasionally in the hallway. At first it was just polite conversation. Weather, traffic, complaints about the vending machines. Nothing that felt like an opening. Over time, those hallway conversations turned into longer ones. She mentioned she was looking for a more stable place to live. She had been renting, then staying with a friend temporarily. She did not ask me for anything. She just stated facts. I listened. I'm a good listener. I do not interrupt much. People tend to tell me things. Eventually, we went for coffee after work. Then again, a week later. There was no rush, no flirtation that I recognized as such. It felt like two adults acknowledging each other's existence. When she first came to my house, it was for dinner. I cooked. She complimented the place. She said it was clean. She said it felt calm. I took that as a positive assessment of my life rather than of me personally. I liked that. She started coming over more often. She left a toothbrush, then some clothes. I did not comment on it. I noticed it. I noticed things. I simply did not say anything. I believed that if something bothered me, I would feel it clearly. I did not. After a few months, she suggested it might make sense to stop paying rent somewhere else if she was spending most nights at my place. She framed it as practical. I agreed. I did not ask her to contribute financially right away. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself I could afford it. I told myself it was easier than negotiating. I told myself many things. She moved in gradually. Boxes came over on weekends. A dresser replaced the one in the spare bedroom. Her toiletries took over half the bathroom. She reorganized the kitchen cabinets without asking. I noticed. I did not object. I told myself this was what cohabitation looked like. I had been married before. I remembered that compromise was part of it. She got a key. I had one key made. I did not make a big deal of it. I added an extra line in my mental inventory. Someone else could enter my house without me being there. She began handling small tasks, picking up groceries if she was already out, paying the internet bill once when I was traveling for work. I gave her access to my checking account to make it easier. I added her as an authorized user, not a joint owner. I told myself that was cautious. She said she liked that I was organized. She said she felt safe with me. I accepted those statements as factual observations rather than emotional declarations. I did not challenge them. We settled into routines. She woke up later than I did. She left for work later. Sometimes she stayed home on Fridays. She cooked occasionally. I cleaned more than she did. That was not new to me. I had lived that pattern before. Money did not come up often at first. When it did, it was in general terms. She mentioned credit card debt from her divorce. She mentioned helping her daughter financially in the past. She did not ask me to fix anything. She just talked. After about 6 months, she suggested we open a joint account for household expenses, groceries, utilities, things like that. It made sense. I opened a new checking account at my bank. We each deposited an agreed amount monthly. I tracked it like everything else. For a while, it worked. Bills were paid. Groceries were bought. The account stayed within expected ranges. I checked the statements. I always check the statements. Small changes started after that. Nothing dramatic. Slight overages, an extra grocery trip here, a utility payment that was higher than usual. I noticed but did not address it. I told myself prices were going up. I told myself it was normal fluctuation. She began asking questions about my retirement accounts. Casual questions. How much I had saved. When I planned to retire, I answered in general terms. I did not give exact numbers. I did not think she needed them. She did not push. She began using my credit card occasionally for household items. She always told me afterward. I always said it was fine. I logged the expenses. I told myself that tracking was control enough. Her schedule changed. She started working later. She said her workload had increased. She was tired more often. She spent more time on her phone. She took calls outside. She said it was about work. I believed her because I did not have evidence otherwise. There were moments when I felt a tightening in my chest, a sense that something was off. I would sit at the kitchen table late at night after she went to bed, reviewing bank statements, thinking about the day. I would replay conversations. I would tell myself that suspicion without proof was a character flaw. I've always believed that reacting too quickly is a sign of insecurity. I pride myself on patience. I waited. The joint account began to show withdrawals that did not match our agreed expenses. Cash withdrawals. Transfers to accounts I did not recognize. I asked her about one of them casually. She said it was a mistake and that she would correct it. She did not. I noticed. I did not follow up. She suggested consolidating some expenses by using my savings account to pay off higher interest debt. She framed it as smart financial planning. I did not agree immediately. I asked for time to think. She said she understood. A week later, I noticed a transfer from my savings account to the joint account that I had not initiated. It was a modest amount, but it was not nothing. I asked her about it directly. She said she thought I had agreed. She apologized. She said she would put it back. She did not. I told myself that confronting her forcefully would escalate things unnecessarily. I told myself that misunderstandings happen. I told myself that I was still in control because the amounts were manageable. I began checking my accounts daily. I did not tell her. I watched patterns. Transfers occurred on days when I was at work late or traveling. Cash withdrawals increased. Credit card balances crept up. Her behavior shifted further. She was more distant physically. She was less interested in conversation. She spent more evenings out. She said she was meeting friends. I did not know those friends. I did not ask to meet them. I considered hiring an accountant to review things, but that felt like an admission that something was seriously wrong. I was not ready for that. The confirmation came quietly. I was reviewing credit card statements one Sunday afternoon. I noticed charges at a hotel across town. Repeated charges. Weekday afternoons. I knew I had not been there. I checked my work calendar. Those days corresponded with times she said she was working late. I did not confront her immediately. I waited. I wanted to see if the pattern continued. It did. I found messages on her phone one night when she left it unlocked on the kitchen counter. I did not scroll far. I did not need to. There was enough. I felt calm. That surprised me. I felt tired more than angry. I did not confront her that night. I went to bed. I slept poorly. In the morning, I made coffee as usual. I went to work. Over the next week, I gathered information. I printed statements. I highlighted transfers. I made copies. I reviewed dates. I calculated totals. The amount she had taken was not catastrophic, but it was significant. Enough to matter. When I finally confronted her, I did it at the kitchen table on a Saturday morning. I laid out the papers. I spoke slowly. I did not raise my voice. I asked for explanations. She cried. She apologized. She said she felt trapped. She said she needed help. She admitted to the affair. She said it was over. She said it did not mean anything. I listened. I did not interrupt. When she finished, I told her she needed to move out. I gave her 30 days. I told her I would not involve lawyers if she cooperated. She moved out in 3 weeks. She took furniture she claimed was hers. I did not argue. I changed the locks. I closed the joint account. I froze my credit. The aftermath was not dramatic. It was quiet. Bills still came. The house felt empty but also familiar again. I adjusted my routines back to what they had been. I attempted a form of control by documenting everything, by tightening financial restrictions, by reviewing accounts obsessively. It did not bring relief. It just filled time. I did not seek revenge. I did not expose her. I did not warn anyone. I considered it. I decided it would not change anything. I still live in the same house. I still wake up at the same time. I still track my finances. I trust less. I observe more. I do not feel resolved. I feel cautious. I do not know if I would do anything differently if I could go back. I tell myself I would notice sooner. I tell myself I would speak up. I am not certain. This is not a story with a lesson. This is simply what happened. I am still here. I am still living inside it. If you made it this far, you're a legend. Leave a like and subscribe so I know you're one of the real ones. Thank you.